Wilderness Quarter, a premier shopping destination. Discover style, adventure, and endless energy. Everything you're looking for is here.
Have a cup of coffee to jumpstart your day. Sometimes, stopping to take a break can help you go further.
You must be Belle and Wise. Astra's told me so much about you. My apologies for missing the chance to thank you both in person last time. Welcome to Starloop Tower, my esteemed guests. Or should I say, Faithen.
Huh? Faye, what now? I don't really know what you're saying.
You've been pretty careful. Although in my opinion, there's room to be even more cautious. Please rest assured, my intel does not come from anyone who knows your true identity.
Then, how did you...
Just simple logic. Syncing with a bamboo isn't technologically difficult, but maintaining connection once you're inside a hollow? The only one capable of that level of in-hollow communication is the legendary proxy, Faithen. Of course, the reason I could draw that conclusion was because Astra knew you were inside that bamboo. As long as you're skilled enough at impersonating a bamboo, you don't have anything to worry about.
Huh. Guess I'll have to get more tips from Eos on how to be a cute bamboo.
You're already too good at being a cute bamboo, Wise. If you get any better, it might start to get on people's nerves. From an outside perspective, I often think, sheesh, this guy really has no shame moving like that in Eos's body.
Anyway, Astra is very lucky to have your help. I hope we can continue working together. Given her position, she needs all kinds of talented individuals to...
Talented individuals? And these two are?
Mr. Hobson, what brings you here in person? These two are Miss Yao's esteemed guests, Belle and Wise. Allow me to introduce the Chief Governance Officer of Odium Entertainment Group, Mr. Hobson.
Guests of Miss Yao? You both seem so young and promising. May I ask which business you're associated with?
We run a video store on 6th Street.
I see. Well, Evelyn, since Miss Yao's esteemed guests are here, why don't you go attend to them?
But what about the security?
I'll handle it.
Understood. All right, dear guests, please follow me.
That gentleman over there keeps staring at us. It's a bit unnerving.
Well, today's performance is unlike any before, with far too many variables to track. Hobson, I mean, Mr. Hobson, is naturally a very meticulous person.
So, what's so special about today's performance?
That's a secret. Just sit tight and wait for Astra's big surprise.
Uh-oh, he's glaring at us again. So intense. It must be tough working under someone like him.
Not at all. In fact, I don't work for him. I serve Miss Yao.
He even asked where we worked. When I told him it was just a small business, his face immediately froze. So intimidating.
If you had told him you were Faithen, you might have gotten a big smile out of him. For someone at his level, quickly judging others based on their usefulness is second nature. Anyone deemed useless won't get a sliver of his attention. It's practically a survival skill for someone in his position.
Astra isn't like that. If we're talking about level, then she's technically above him.
That's right. Despite her position, she never looks down on anyone. With all that talent, she never sees herself as special. That's why she's so precious. To be honest, before meeting her, I didn't think someone like her actually existed. At first, I kept waiting for her to show her true colors.
I know exactly what you mean. Who'd have thought the brightest star in New Eridu wasn't putting on a facade and was genuinely such a pure person?
Is it just me? Or is anyone else worried that Astra might get hurt by being her genuine self?
I won't let that happen.
Eve, help! Belle, Wise, you're here too!
What happened?
I just got scolded by the music director. Oh, he was furious. It was terrifying.
I'm sure it's not the director's fault. How's your final song coming along? You've blown through 20 deadlines we set for you, and today is the absolute final submission day.
Huh? Well, I can't just put out something ordinary for everyone, right? Once inspiration hits, it'll be fine.
So, until inspiration hits, you need me to take on the director?
Eve, you promised to protect me from any danger, right? Now's the time to save me from this berserk deadline-chasing director!
Sorry, but that monster's outside my jurisdiction.
Oh, how could you?
This kind of back and forth feels oddly familiar, doesn't it, Belle?
Totally. Conversations like that happen every day between an unreliable brother and his sharp, capable sister.
Evelyn, stop covering for her. She doesn't have anything ready. Not a single piece. What are we supposed to do for the final song? Improvise? Huh? What? Where'd she go? And how does she run so fast in heels?
Poor director. Looks like this time we're really going to have to push it to the last minute.
My dear Yoran used to be just like that.
Oh, you're... Astra, meet the special guest the company invited for your concert.
Lady de Winter! It's really you! I can't believe you're actually here! Having you listen to my performance in person, it feels like...
Please, just call me Tessa. Ah, so this record is... I know it's a tad bit last minute with the show starting soon and all, but would you mind if I borrowed it for a moment? Everyone's been saying that you're the rising star who will carry on Yoran de Winter's legacy. I'm truly sorry to say this, but to me, no one will ever replace Yoran.
Yoran's music has always been my guiding light. Without him, I never, ever could have made it this far. Oh, right. I'd also like to thank you in person. I've always wanted to pay tribute to Yoran with this performance, and I heard the company finally got your approval. I'm truly honored.
Pay tribute? Today's your debut show at Starloop Tower. Honestly, performing your own work would be more than enough. Yoran, he belongs to the past now.
No. Yoran's music transcended time and space. He's beyond amazing. Honoring him on stage at Starloop Tower has been my dream as long as I can remember.
Well, if that's what you've set your heart on, then I wish you the best of luck tonight.
clue from the coded message points to 8 p.m. Atrium Landing. Wow, such trust. They won't reveal the meeting details to a traitor like me until the last moment. It seems Fugue never fully trusted me from the start. No surprise they'd plant another mole in Odium. I'd do the same thing if I were in their shoes. With a double infiltration setup, if one gets exposed, the other one is ready to step in as a backup. Whoever made these arrangements is certainly a capable individual. I'll just notify Hobson about the Fugue attack. His people should be enough to handle it. There's still time. If I set up everything before Fugue arrives, I can block them off. I need to confirm the identity of the other mole as soon as possible. Mr. Hobson.
There's a security breach. We need to take care of it immediately. Where are you?
I need to speak with you as well. I've uncovered quite a few Fugue-related leads.
Oh, related to Fugue, you say? That's unexpected. Where are you right now?
It's a little hard to describe, so... If my guess is correct, Hobson probably wants to take me out. I might as well use this opportunity to draw him and his men to the atrium. That way we can block Fugue's attack. Why don't we meet in the atrium?
The atrium? All right, I'll wait for you there.
Finally. I can't hide it any longer. It's time to reveal the truth. Now that I've got Fugue's intel, I'll deal with the issue at hand first. As for who the other mole is, I'll have to play it by ear.
Evelyn A. Chevalier, former producer of Redo Lucky Star, then assistant director at Parquet Factory Films for 3 years, joined our company 2 years ago on Monica's recommendation. Very impressive credentials. Too bad it's not the real you, is it? Shields Green. An elite spy from the organization infiltrating the inner circle of our company's most valuable asset. How unsettling. Fugue's spy must be removed immediately. Wouldn't you agree?
Is this order from Miss Yao?
You don't actually think that woman has free will, do you? Like I said earlier, she's nothing more than a valuable asset of our company. There's no place for her input in the company's decisions.
I'm the one who has no place here.
Oh?
I know she'd never issue such an order, but still, I can't help but doubt. I can't help but be suspicious. I just had to ask. Even under the sunlight, what crawls out of the darkness is still just a shadow. You're not wrong. I am, in fact, a spy planted by Fugue.
I thought you'd deny it. Good, that saves me a lot of trouble.
But I'm not your enemy. Fugue simply hired the organization I work for. My relationship with them never involved any loyalty. Listen, I'm not the only spy Fugue has planted within Odium.
What?
You must know that the grudge between these two conglomerates runs deep. Do you really think Fugue would gamble everything against Odium on me alone? I only learned about their plan of action moments ago, and this is nowhere near the full scope of their strategy. What we should be doing now is
We? I'm not interested in figuring out whether you've actually switched sides or if you're just faking it. As for your intel, how can anyone know if it's legit or a trap?
But Miss Yao's safety...
That's none of your concern. Odium will protect its assets. We don't need outsiders to get involved. I'll look into the intel you mentioned. In any case, thank you for your service these last 2 years. Now!
If it's not an order from Miss Yao herself, I'm afraid I can't comply. Hobson, tell your people to stop! My only goal is Miss Yao's safety. Ambush. Continue, and you'll have no mercy from me. Fugue's enforcers are coming. It's your job to protect Miss Yao.
We've reached the area. What's going on?
Oh, so Fugue's people showed up. Listen up! Evelyn has been colluding with Fugue.
Take them all down!
Good evening, new Eridu. Are you ready? Let me share the wonders of magic with you all.
Damn!
Traitor! Don't even think about running away!
Take down all the Odium guys and that traitor!
Take down that traitor and all the Fugue guys!
I wonder how things are on the stage. You even arranged people in the audience?
You thought this was the end? We're just the advanced team. As long as we hold up...
Miss Yao? Miss Yao! Can you hear me? Control room, do you copy? Your journey and communications have been cut off?
Traitor to the organization! Are you ready to meet your maker?
The people from the organization. This is getting worse. If the control room's been breached, I won't be able to handle it on my own. Oh, Faithen. Someone both Rain and Miss Yao trust. Astra is in danger. I need your help.
Danger?
Yes, but if you're willing to lend me a hand, there might still be a chance to turn things around. There's no time to explain. Just come with me. We have to break into the central control room.
Huh? Break into the central control room? Even though we have the fancy title Faithen, we aren't exactly fighters. We might not even be able to beat Eos in a fight.
Evelyn, what's going on?
Sorry. I owe you an explanation, especially if I'm going to put you in danger. It's all my fault. So, that's the whole story. I betrayed Astra, right from the first moment I met her. I failed to act when I should have, and that slowly led me to this situation. If anything happens to Astra because of this, I'll never forgive myself.
The only one who can decide whether to forgive or not is Astra.
That's right. The most we can do is bring you to her, plain and simple.
You too.
If we take over the central control room, Fugue's every move will be laid bare.
Not just that. While Astra powers Starloop's harmonic core from the stage, the control room manages everything else. Navigation, balance, and stability. If the control room is compromised, it'll be like a spaceship losing its bridge. The consequences would be disastrous.
We'll coordinate from the control room and fend off the enemies. Then, right in the nick of time, with all eyes on us, we rush to the stage and save the day!
Let's be realistic about our combat abilities. Most likely, it'll be Eos who saves the day.
Bruh.
Astra was right. You two really are interesting. Come on, let's go take the control room.
Let's go.
Fortunately, they're just unconscious. Who could have done this?
Huh? This countdown. It's not a bomb, is it?
Classic move. Let me take a look.
Can we still get through to Astra? Astra! Astra! Can you hear me?
It's no use. Looks like the usual comms have been cut off.
We couldn't stop them. Damn it! How many people did they send to sabotage this show?
Leave the suspicious countdown to us, Evelyn.
Go! Get to Astra. Take Eos with you and stay on comms.
Got it. I'm counting on you two.
backstage. Control room. Eve? Can you hear me? A malfunction? This is bad. The next song is about to start. Oh, wearing a 40-meter-long gown doesn't exactly make it easy to dance. I've got no other option. Luckily, I hid my outfit on the stage ahead of time. Otherwise, the next song would have been a disaster. The style just doesn't match that gown at all. What's that sound? Bullets? This song wasn't supposed to have bullet sound effects. But wow, that's so cool! Why didn't I think of this before? Huh? Why are these weird old guys rushing onto the stage? Ugh, my comms were cut off too. This is bad. Eve. She must be on her way right now. I just need to hold out until she gets here. A few troublemaking old guys aren't enough to cancel my show. Wait a minute. The tempo of this song is fast. What if I incorporate the fighting into the choreography? Perfect timing. The song's choreography is all yours now.
Yeah. Do you really think you belong here with that pretty face of yours? You're nothing but a puppet controlled by Denny's. You don't deserve to carry on Yoran's legacy. Do you even know what real music...
This is just too much. I don't know how much longer I can take this. They hate me this much. So many people actually hate me. Those words, they really hurt. It's impossible for me to remain unfazed. Am I being too greedy? My desire to reach every lonely heart. Maybe it was always an impossible dream. But that won't stop me. Little by little, using the purest melodies, I'll captivate the world.
Miss Yang, the people from Fugue have breached our security measures. It seems like this isn't just about causing trouble. Who knows what other plans they might have. We must cancel the show immediately. Please come with me.
Wait a moment, Eve! Don't forget about my audience! My time to shine! Look up! All exits are now clear.
Evelyn, Astra, can you hear me? The communications are completely down. I can only talk to you through EOS now. The timer is connected to the explosives.
Explosives?
Has Fugue completely lost it? Starloop Tower is cruising right now. If it explodes, even their own people won't make it out alive. Wait. Fugue is just the scapegoat. The real mastermind must be someone else.
Their target isn't just me. It's all the audience here as well.
The thrusters. The explosive device must be connected to Starloop's thrusters.
Wise is already working on disarming the detonation device.
Is it doable, Belle?
Yeah, as long as it's software, there's always a way to crack it. The control room has the blueprints for all the thrusters and pipelines. We can do it. But I don't know if we have enough time. The countdown is less than 10 minutes.
Having the desire to live is such an enviable thing.
Lady de Winter, why are you here?
You already know the answer. Why bother asking? I'm here because it's my duty as Yoran's widow. As the family of the deceased, I must hear the screams of the murderers with my own ears, and see their repentance with my own eyes before I can go. Wouldn't you agree?
Murderers? I don't understand. Yoran, wasn't his death his own decision?
Suicide! What a convenient excuse. All they have to say is he committed suicide, and the murderers walk free and carry on with their own lives without a shred of guilt. And then they dump all the grief and pain onto the victim. If Odium and Fugue hadn't dragged Yoran into endless contract disputes over their so-called profits, would he have been forced to leave the stage he loved so dearly in his final years? He watched helplessly as music drifted further and further away from him, as if sealed in a silent vacuum, slowly suffocating and losing all his brilliance. But I must thank Odium and Fugue, if not for their endless conflict and unwavering resolve to destroy each other, I could never have pulled this off. After all, what could someone like me, abandoned and left alone in this world, possibly achieve? I must also thank the audience who once adored Yoran de Winter. If you hadn't cast him aside so easily, if you hadn't scrutinized Yoran's every move with such harsh and critical eyes, if you hadn't hurt him with baseless speculation and cold, detached remarks, how would he have fallen slowly into that endless, dark abyss of pain until he completely lost the courage to live? I must thank you too, Astra Yao. There is genuine beauty in your voice. Do you realize you're nothing more than a money-making nightingale to Odium or Fugue? When the next nightingale hatches, you'll lose all your value, and everything you have today will eventually be taken away.
Que lado, velho? Só duas pessoas, como assim?
Just like Yoran, whose worth was stolen by your voice. You, all of you, you are murderers! It was you, all of you, who drove Yoran de Winter to his death! My most beautiful dream, my most precious resonance, my true love. It's almost time. Oh, how rude of me. I haven't even given you all a proper welcome. 3, 2...
There's no time! If the engines get damaged!
1. Everyone, welcome to my late husband's funeral.
I'll use my thingy to protect everyone!
Miss Yao! How rude of you. It's not over yet.
No! The harmonic core! The Starloop's lost power! What do we do?
The only song fit for a funeral is a requiem for the dead!
Não sei se eu não tenho esse tirado, gente.
I see. You're safe. Power is Yoran's legacy.
Is a strong offer.
Hails as a Jew. Nothing but a cheap imitation of Yoran. Have you ever felt the endless darkness behind the stage? Every note of this song is a final rest in Yoran's life. I will make you and everyone else understand. The glory under the spotlight is nothing but a fleeting shadow. It's you who pushed him into that abyss. Still pretending. My plan couldn't have gotten this far without your help.
Evelyn! Are you okay? Speak to me.
Do you really think she's protecting you? How laughable. Your so-called bond is nothing but a facade.
What do you mean?
She's not the loyal partner you think she is. From the very beginning, she's been a spy sent by few to watch you.
No! That's not true!
Do you think she truly cares about you? No, you're just a tool she used to complete her mission.
The trust between us is something you could never understand.
Naive! Surrounded by endless manipulation and tangled interests, do you really think there can be any genuine trust or real feelings between you? Absolutely sickening. You're all lapdogs serving the interests of capital. While Yoran was alive, all of you fed on his soul. Now that he's gone, you're still exploiting his final voice for profit! He belongs to me. Give me back Yoran's legacy!
It's not what you think! Starloop Tower's harmonic core is powered by my singing. It has nothing to do with Yoran's works. I've been searching for this record because Yoran's voice holds an incredible power to connect hearts. His voice is a bridge, crossing all divisions and suffering. In our fractured, disconnected era, this kind of voice can mend the cracks and bring back long-lost resonance. You know exactly what I mean! I know you do! That night I heard Yoran's voice live was one of my most cherished moments. His voice carried us into another world, a sacred land of music. Before the concert started today, I told you this performance was my tribute to Yoran. You said he was someone who lived in the past. So now, I'll bring him into the future.
Stop dressing it up with fancy words! You have no idea what he went through!
Perhaps you're right. I never truly understood his inner world. But maybe you didn't either!
The Starloop is pulling faster than earlier. Even if Aster can get the remaining thrusters to work, they might not generate enough power to keep us afloat. Based on the calculations, we might crash!
Do you hear that? If your own spirit is out there, he's finally answered my wish! Fall! Fall! Starloop will shatter and the false dream will plunge into oblivion!
I'm sorry, Astra. I never had the courage to tell you. I'm a spy for Fugue. My code name is Shields Green.
What? But your hair is clearly golden leaf colored.
You're not bothered? I've been deceiving you from the very start. My entire existence is a lie.
What lie? That you didn't tell me your real name? You are you. The person in front of me is the Eve I trust. No matter what your name is, you're still the one who shielded me from all the noise, the one who protected me with kindness and resilience. I hear the purest melody in you.
If only I hadn't been too afraid to tell the truth. If I weren't so selfish, maybe none of this would have happened today.
There's no if. Everyone makes mistakes, but that doesn't decide our final destiny. The past is behind us, and the future is still unwritten, and the only thing we can firmly hold on to is the present. Even if destruction is inevitable, we must face it in our own way, without regrets. Even if we're walking towards the end, we will greet it with the most beautiful melody.
The most beautiful melody? To greet destruction?
Yes, with fiery hope, using our final breath to shout and to sing. This is New Eridu, the last hope of human civilization. Even in desperate situations, we've survived time and again with inexplicable joy. Fate has favored us, after all. This time, we'll surely make it through again. Belle, Wise, Eve, will you sing the final song with me?
Improvising like this... it's not really my strong suit. You know I've never been good at singing. But fighting for you, I've never hesitated.
And led us to a dead end! Kill her!
My name is...
I always thought I was destined to wander in the shadows, unable to find a way out. Like I was merely a pawn in the hands of fate. This time, no orders, no schemes, only me. I won't let fear keep me captive any longer. Perhaps the me of the past was... There is magic in the world. Perhaps brilliant, radiant, incredible.
Understood. I've completed a full report on the case. Thank you for your cooperation, Miss Evelyn. We'll take additional precautions regarding Lady De Winter's safety, given your concerns. She may have been the mastermind, but Juyuan would never allow anyone to take her life in secret. In fact, while in our custody, she might be in the safest place she can be. Despite causing significant trouble for your company, the thugs hired by Fugue were merely pawns manipulated by Lady De Winter, and had no intent to kill on their own. Once I have more evidence of the communication between these thugs and Fugue's higher-ups, I'll forward the relevant documents to your company's legal team.
Your and Officer Zhu Yuan's attention to detail is incredibly reassuring. The incident involves a complex web of connections, and having the support of public security is a tremendous relief.
We'll also continue investigating leads related to the organization. Thank you again for the intelligence you've provided.
Eve!
Miss Yao, you came in person? This is Officer Qingyi, who I've been troubling these past few days.
Thank you, Officer Chingy, for bringing Eve back to me.
It's nothing. Miss Evelyn has hardly rested while helping us with the investigation. She's worked very hard.
There's one thing I'd like to ask for your help with, Officer Chingy.
Please, go ahead.
This master copy of Yoran's legacy. I hope you can deliver it to Lady De Winter. I know I will never be able to see things from her perspective and fully understand her pain. But just like Yoran's voice has brought solace to countless lonely souls, perhaps one day it can also soothe her despair. From that show, Yoran said two things that left a deep impression on me. Though much has happened in the past and we cannot predict the future, I want to make a decision for myself in the present. I hope that everyone who has supported me will also stay true to their hearts and never betray their present selves. His last performance has finally been published. Now all fans can listen to this legendary record. And this master copy belongs to her. Please let her know that Yoran has always been by her side.
Will do. I hope she can understand your sentiment and find the strength to move forward. We'll notify you immediately if there are new developments in the case. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other tasks to attend to. Farewell.
Miss Yao, since we're visiting, we should buy Belle and Wise a gift.
That's right! I almost forgot! Good thing you reminded me. The limited edition red velvet cake looks delicious. Ah, and that black tea I had last time was so fragrant. It'll be lavish. Belle will be thrilled.
Speaking of gifts, I also have a gift I'd like to give you, Miss Yao.
Huh? What is it?
If you're curious, follow me.
I'm curious. I didn't think so before, but this place seems familiar.
Familiar, you say? That's about right.
This place is completely empty, but why does it feel so familiar?
Because this is where the gramophone used to be.
Gramophone. That's right. That was the name of the shop. Yoran's final performance was held in this little shop. It's been so many years, I'd forgotten the name of the place. How do you remember, Eve?
Because I was there too.
What? You were there too?
I was. But unlike you, I just stumbled upon it by chance. I heard music coming from the shop and stopped to listen for a while. Through the glass, I saw a group of passionate fans. Yoran's voice flowed out from the crowd. I didn't actually see him, just vaguely heard his voice.
Incredible. It's like Yoran's music had brought us together. Turns out, we've known each other for a long time.
It seems like you're fond of my gift.
This is all your fault, Eve. I'm about to cry now.
You were right. Music is a connection of hearts. Even across different times and spaces, we can still feel each other's presence.
Yes. Perhaps that's what Yoran wanted to bring us. A resonance that never fades. A connection that transcends time.
The only thing we can hold on to tightly is the present.
Yes. Only the present.
We've been walking for a while, and it's almost time to meet up with the proxies.
All right, let's go find Belle and Wise.
And here we have Miss Fairy, the strongest AI around. Top-notch holo navigator with the sharpest tongue in New Eridu.
Ah, the strongest AI? Then... Fairy, fairy, on the wall, who's the best singer of them all?
You. You are. You always will be.
Ooh, she really is sharp.
Who would have thought? Astra's only gotten even more popular after the attack.
And on top of that, ODM Entertainment stock has shot up 30%. Their market value is now approaching 5 trillion dennies.
It's still far from enough.
5 trillion dennies isn't enough? Ugh, a number that big makes my ears ring.
Wise, knock it off!
I mean, if I want to break my contract with them, I'll need to save up enough for the penalty first.
This is my fault, Ms. Yao. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be in such a tough spot.
What are you talking about? We only let go of something as trivial as money in exchange for someone as priceless as you. Now that's something worth celebrating. I know a great place to eat. Perfect. I trust Belle's taste. It's gotta be great. It's a rare day off. Let's go right now.
Hold on!
Astra! Over here! Is there a special reason you chose to visit this store?
I've said it before. You can't just do things on a whim.
What should we do now?
Thankfully, the kind store owners can also help us run away.
Sorry, folks. We're on vacation